Okay, we are live. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are watching us from. And this is a new day that God has given us to us, and we are very grateful for that. And we have come to tell you what has been transforming our lives in this year. And our topic today is about Leave 2025 Drain, because we want you to forget all those things that drained you in this year so that by the time you get to 2026, you're fresh, rejuvenated, because I'm sure 2025 must have tested you. But that is not only a test, what it did is strengthen you. Can you hear me echoes? I feel myself like I'm having echoes. It
Yeah, I
gave
hear
you
echoes.
strength, patience, and you also increased your faith. So that drain was not by an accident. It was revealing to you that you have more potential than you think. And so we want to tell you it was a preparation for growth and alignment for the new forward. And we have a few questions that we want to discuss as we go along with this topic so that you can understand more what exactly we mean by saying that you leave the drain of 2025 behind. And so I have my business partners with me here, and they're the ones who are going to help me and so that you can understand this topic better. And I want them to introduce themselves and also answer the question that they will be making you understand more about this dream. And I'm going to start with Beatrice. And Beatrice, if you could introduce yourself to our audience. And as you introduce yourself, also answer the question: what drained you most in 2025 and why you're still allowing it to have access to you?
Hey, just a quick request. Can we mute ourselves if you're
Yeah.
not okay?
All right, we are good. Good morning, everybody who is listening to us here. We are so happy to have you, and I am happy to have these amazing people together here on this page. My name is Beatrice. I am a mother for. I am a preschool teacher, a Sunday school teacher, and I am an online business owner too. So we are doing it all together once. We just have to change the time. So the question is, what drained you when the most in 2025, and why are you still allowing to have access to you? Hey, as a mother, as a teacher, as a wife, as a daughter, there are a lot. There are a lot of stuff that drained me. A lot. And not even big. Just a small thing that you count as a small, but on the other hand is not a small. Is draining you, is draining your energy. Just like being busy from work, coming home, being busy again for your family, that drains your energy, and you feel like I'm done, I'm finished. I don't have a time again to do anything else. Oh, this request, all these are small things that drains me, and I feel like I am a guilty saying no, or taking a break out of these noises from here and there, from work, from coming here, coming home, in the family, from children. I feel like they're too loud in my ear, too loud in my life, like draining my energy away. But on the other hand, I'll be like, I am a mother, I have to do it. I have to stay and be patient with this noise because I am a mother. It's my responsibility. Oh, I can't go here because of this. But on the other hand, I am irresponsible of this. I have to do it. I still allowing it because I am taking care of all these people. I'm taking care of my job. I'm taking care of my family. I'm taking care of other people. So saying no is like it doesn't let me say no in my heart. It's already in me. It's like a talent that I have to help, talent that I have to make sure everything is correct, everything is there, everything is done correctly in the family, our work. So when it comes time to change, that's what I feel like I can't change. I can't change. I'm still allowing it because it's not like it's making me fail, but it's helping me to grow. It's helping me to know what to do in the future, what to do next day or next hour. But when I come again on the other side as a business owner, saying yes to everything is not a good idea. This one is not gonna make me go anywhere. It's gonna keep draining all my energy, all my plan, or whatever I put on the plan for the day. It will go like that without even touching it because of what? Saying yes, not setting boundaries. I think I need to learn that. That's something that I need to learn how to set boundaries, maybe so I can move forward in both areas. My habit can change, and my situation too. Being overwhelming because of saying yes to everything, it builds overwhelming on my life, and I am like complaining. Now it's like, no, I didn't finish my thing. I didn't finish what I planned to do today because of what? Lack of boundaries and lot of tolerance. So yes, on one side I said yes, I'm still allowing it because I am responsible. But when it comes to a business person, I should set boundaries. And in 2026, I'm not gonna allow it. I'm gonna learn how to say no, 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 without even explaining why. I'm gonna say no because I know why I said it no. Oh, it's if it comes overwhelming on my head in my life, I'm gonna just take a rest without feeling guilty. Why did I sit down and my family are not, oh, they haven't get food to eat yet. Why am I sitting it down? Why am I hiding in the closet when something is not done at work? No, I'm not gonna feel that guilty. I'm gonna give myself time for a break because I deserve it. I need it. So that's what I'm gonna say that in the 2025, habits and my situation, it drains me. It drains me. And it's no big thing. Just this is small thing. This is small thing. They drains me, but some of them I'm still allowing them because I am the care of it. I'm taking care of it. I am responsible. So thank you so much for that. And if there is anyone who is going through what I said here, I went through this 2025, you are very welcome to contact any of this here. We can help you. We can help you how you can balance all this in your life, and you can move it smoothly, and you can move it forward with something else. God bless you all.
Thank you so much, Beatrice, for those nuggets. Yes, you have to say no without feeling guilty, because let your no be no and your yes be yes. Don't allow those no's that are going to drain you. When it comes to 2026, we want to have lighter burdens. We want to feel that we are lighter and not allowing anything to carry along. So, and my next business partner who is also going to help us with this other question is Regina. And Regina, please introduce yourself and tell our audience, those who have not met you before or who have never heard about you before, who you are. Let us know who is Regina, and then you can help us answer the question, how long will you keep surviving on strength alone instead of building a life that supports you? I know, Regina, you're not surviving anymore. So I want you to talk to that person who is still on survival mode, because because you have already started building something, so that they can follow your footsteps.
Okay, how is everyone doing? And Merry Christmas. I'm specific, Merry Christmas, because as you can see, our theme today is Christmas, because Christmas is around the corner. So the next time we come here is going to be after Christmas. So, or maybe next year, right? It's going to be next year for sure as a group. So Merry Christmas to you, our audience, and to my fellow sisters here. It is a blessing to be here, and I thank God for this moment. For the sake of those people who don't know me, my name is Regina, and Regina is a mom of 3. I'm also a nurse. I work in a hospital. I work 2 days in a week, and then I do my business. I'm a digital business owner and mentor in this community, and I love my business. It's been a blessing to me for the last 2+ years, and I thank God for it. So, and as the question goes, let me read the question again. What drained you the most in 2025, and why are you still allowing this drain to have access to you? So I know Lois said that maybe I'm out of there, but
Regina, I don't think that is your question.
yeah, that's
Sorry.
not my question. Sorry.
Yes. How long will you
My
keep
question.
surviving
Yes, sorry.
on
How
strength?
long
Yeah.
will you keep surviving? Yes, I'm like, okay, that is different. Sorry about that. So how long will you keep surviving instead of building? Yeah, so my question is, how long will you keep surviving on strength alone instead of building a life that supports you? So I know you said that maybe, because it's tied to the first question, like surviving, I mean, allowing the drain. I want to touch a little bit about allowing the drain, especially because women are they are victims of being drained, because we carry our family. We carry everybody, not just a family. We carry everybody on our shoulders. And sometimes, if you're not careful, you realize that you have no time for yourself. And even if we have built our businesses, sometimes we are victims of this because of the nature of being a woman. Now, nothing to do with job or anything, but because of you're a woman, you just allow yourself. And because I'm one of them, so I must say that this has also touched me in one way or the other. But as I address myself, I want mostly to address those people who have allowed themselves to be drained because of now connecting to being a business person, because sometimes you find that these very women and other parents and other people out there, when you have so much in your hands that is overflowing, not in a good way, overflowing, like draining you, you find that you have barely no time for yourself. And so you end up with burnout and all that, because maybe you have to run to 3 jobs, or anything. You have to run from work to here, you have to go see your parents, you have to go attend meetings at school and all that, and you're just in survival mode. Or maybe you're just there, the way you say, like, I'm just surviving. I don't know if you've ever asked somebody, how you doing, how has it been, and they're like, I'm just surviving, I'm just hanging in there. Don't hang in there, and don't just survive, because survival mode might look good for the moment, but it's gonna drain you more. So, and sometimes we think like when we talk of strength here, when people applaud you and say, hey, you are very strong, Regina, you are very strong, you're a very strong woman. Sometimes it's a good thing to be strong, but this strong is the one that sometimes leads us to survival mode, because you are strong and you want to remain strong, but then you have too much in your hands, and that you have to keep, and you have to remain there where you have been placed. You are very strong, but you can still be strong in a lighter way. And especially we have seen that in our businesses, because my business has been able to liberate me and help me get a lot of time back. such that even if I continue to be strong, I'm not a drained person in the name of being strong. Because you can be strong because you are just like not even giving anything to yourself. You're so drained but strong. I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying, because you're just surviving and you have to fulfill this plow. Like Lynette, you are very strong, and you cannot let these people down because they already said you are strong. So for you to make sure you remain strong and you make them happy that you are strong, especially your kids, you have to do whatever it takes. And sometimes it is maybe sleepless nights because you come from work, you go there and there and there. I'm not talking about Renette, I'm just giving an example. But I'm saying that is what a lot of people do out there. We want to remain strong and, forget that this kind of strength is not sustainable. So I want to just address that person, because the question asks, how long will you keep surviving on strength alone? So don't keep surviving on strength alone, because it is not sustainable. Because that strength is not sustainable at all, because at some point it comes down crashing. Because if you're just surviving, if you're just pushing yourself to be strong and you're so drained, then you realize that it's not going to be sustainable. So, and that is how many people are, especially for immigrants. Let me now mention about immigrants who are in diaspora. Sometimes we are in this situation because we want to be strong for everybody, even people back home. And it is good because they are looking up to us and you cannot let them down, but there is a better way to be strong that is sustainable. And this better way to be strong, not just surviving, because surviving, again, remember I said it is good because it's better than just waiting for yourself to die there, but it's not going to be sustainable. So I would like you to ask yourself one question. If nothing else supports your effort other than what you are putting, like God forbid, if you fall sick, we know that is something that happens. If you fall sick, just reflect on yourself, like where you're getting your strength from, or what has kept you in that position of being applauded as you are a very strong person. If it's just your own efforts, what would happen if you fall sick and you're not able to do that which makes them think you are very strong? Because most of the time you're very strong because they can see you have it all together, because you work, sometimes work, and have no time for yourself, but you are making everybody else happy and people clap for you. But what would happen if, God forbid, you fall sick or you're not able to go to that job or something like that? That is the time you know that this is draining. This kind of strength is not sustainable. Survival mode is not sustainable. And now I'm leading to how will you, or how I got out of this survival mode, or how I'm still, because I'm still a work in progress. First of all, committing your everything to God, because by the end of the day, we can work so hard, but if you don't commit whatever you do to God, that's where we get our that's the source of our strength. For those of us who are Christian, who believe in praying God for everything, to provide everything, including that strength. So that is one of the way you get this strong, and breaking that cycle of having to just survive day after day. So trusting in God's provision by showing up strong through prayers and asking God that whatever you do, even if it's little, it be magnified. But at the same time, you cannot deny the fact that you cannot just be there praying and doing nothing about it. So that's where you take a step of moving from this source of strength that it's making everybody think you're strong because you're working 3 jobs or working overtime and all that, and you're barely seen at home, but your impact can be seen, but you're absent, you're drained yourself. And so if this person who is drained is not able to produce what they are producing to be able to be considered strong, then whatever the impact is being seen, it will not be seen tomorrow. So, and that is where we come with
Thank you so much, Regina, for those nuggets. We may have lost her, but we are still on course. And as we wait for Regina to come back, we'll say this technology at times can be disappointing, but that will not stop us from continuing. So I want to call my next sister, my next business partner, and that is Lynette, to introduce herself. And then, after introducing herself, she can help us answer the question and just highlight a few things that Regina has said. You cannot just depend on strength alone, because you have to remember that you have to have faith and you need God for you to be able to keep that strength going. And you need people to surround you so that they can lift you up when you feel you're down. So that is what I would like to say. So, Lynette, Lynette, please introduce yourself to our audience and then answer this question. What did the 2025 review about your boundaries, your income, and your obedience to God's nudge?
Mm.
The floor is yours, Lynette.
Thank you, my sister. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, those who are watching us. We are glad you are here with us again, doing life, right? And learning from each other. My name is Lynette, as it's been mentioned. A mom of three, originally natoka Kenya, uh, born and raised. Kwa sasa living here in US with my family. And even before I start answering that question, when Regina was mentioning being put on a pedestal that you wanna maintain, we learn. I think most of the things we carry ourselves with presently, it's because we learned that that is a way of life. And so most of us have only known the language of survival. And while we think it is what we need to be doing, no, it is the only solution that was modeled before us. And as a mother, right now, I now understand why the only time I saw my mama down, like it was when she couldn't actually wake up. Like she just couldn't. It had whatever it was. That survival mode, the burnout was so much that when she was down, she was actually down. I don't know whether you understand, but again, because we are givers, we are just givers, and we want the best for everybody, and that everybody most of the time comes at our cost. So, back to the question, what has 2025 in the same theme of draining taught me? Starting with boundaries. Ooh, when I look at things in retrospect right now, every place I felt drained was a place I lacked boundary. Whether it is relationships, commitments, or daily routines that consistently left me very exhausted instead of being strengthened, it's because I lacked a boundary there. I remember so many overridings that I have done for my own limits, just to want to please or prove a point, or again, simply to survive. Again, because I lack boundary. So 2025, it has revealed where I have been keeping on saying yes when deep down I should have said no. So as I'm moving into 2026, I'm choosing me. I'm choosing me first because you know what? I'm just learning that boundaries is in itself stewardship. Stewardship so that you show up fully. That when your cup is full first, it's running over, that is when you serve well because you're not passing over any fumes to anybody. You are showing up with your full impact. So, yes, my sister Beatrice, my sister Regina, as we mentioned, boundaries is key. Now, moving to income. Oh, this is something else. Okay. This year it's just made very clear on what one source of income has been to me and to many of us, especially with the many layoffs that are happening. Some of us ran to some jobs in the name of security. That when I become salaried, I'm gonna be more secure. But what are we learning? That one email or one call is enough to render you jobless. So I was on a survival mode. I have been on the survival mode with one source of income. Nothing in alignment or nothing that has been there that truly reflects my full value because it was being dictated by somebody. Somebody said, when we hire somebody to come in this role, this is how much we're gonna give them. And that somebody is the same who's holding the key to when I'll be there, how far I'll be there. And this that's what I began in the beginning saying. That is the very one person who will tomorrow wake up and say, Lynette has served us well. We don't think we need her anymore. And with what AI is doing right now, it's becoming real. It's becoming real that you are either part of it or you're going to be left behind. And so, yes, as we uplift ourselves with what is happening in terms of skills, it's just becoming that my time, my health, and my family, uh, it's becoming a priority on how I want to earn going forward. I don't want to keep myself afloat, just afloat anymore. I don't want to be in spaces where I cannot have rest, where my connection is in jeopardy because I don't have any time, where my presence at home as a mother has been questionable. Because you know what? One thing that I'm learning is poverty of time is still poverty because you cannot live to your full impact, especially if your parent, your presence is everything your kids want or need because there's a tomorrow waiting for them. Why can't you give them that privilege of facing a tomorrow when they at least have a benchmark on observing how you did life today? So, intentionally, as I said, changing the way I'm earning, and that's why I said yes to this opportunity because I want to also intentionally change the way I'm living. Okay. And lastly, obedience. When God was nudging me, just like most of us, I knew what God was prompting me to do for a, quite a while before even acted. And there are things I haven't acted on up to today. You know what? I have ideas that have kept on coming back. I have conversations that I should have had, either with my kids or with my dear ones. I have kept on postponing them because, in most cases, it doesn't feel safe. What will they say if I started this? And delayed obedience is costing me. It's costing me my peace. So, uh, as I move and step into 2026, I, I want to be very intentional again in saying yes to what is draining my peace. And one of them is this delayed obedience on things that are so dear to my heart. So, I want to also invite you who is watching us that for a moment ask yourself, where did 2025 drain you most? And what do you no longer want to carry forward? If something in you is saying, I don't want to repeat this year, that is awareness. And awareness is the beginning of change. So if you're ready to move in 2026 intentionally with me and the rest of my sisters here in alignment to your value, not just surviving, then I would say join us. Join us, because what one thing I have learned, and my sister have also learned, that building happens in steps. And so let us start building this 2026 in our daily steps. And you don't have to do it alone, because we are here to show, or rather share, what we've learned so far. Thank you, my sister.
Thank you so much, Lynette, for those nuggets, for telling us, yeah, we have to learn whatever was draining us, it's because we didn't have boundaries. And so if you're out there and you're listening to us and you say yes to everything, just like what Lynette said, she never had her mom say at any time no. No, she never said no. Don't be like that. Say no when it deserves to be no and when it serves you. Don't say yes for the sake of you serving the other person if it is draining you. That is what you want to know. I want to give Regina a chance if she wanted to add something before her technology decided to do somersault on her, and then we can continue to the next.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. And I'm so sorry for our audience because I instantly disappeared because a call was coming through. I canceled and then everything disappeared. So I didn't even know what to do. But anyways, I'm back here. And I was just about to finish with what I was saying because I was talking about being strength, being applauded because you're strong, but you're just in survival mode, like you're just existing. And I was going to talk about being intentional and what the way of getting out of that kind of strength that is not really strength, is draining strength. I already said is, connecting to God and making sure that you put everything to God so that he can guide you. But then I said you cannot just pray and do nothing. But I was gonna say we need like a support system, not just in our business, but even at home and whatever you do, you need a support system, because asking for or having support system rather is not weakness, because sometimes when people who have been always referred to as strong ask for help, or not really help, or some kind of a support, they might feel like people will think I'm weak. It is not weakness. It is what we all need. You cannot just be strong by yourself. You need all this support, whether it be from your family, from like, a business or business partners, whether it can even be from your kids. But support system is very, very important, because if you can be real, you cannot just build something alone. Like of course, we say we build it alone, but as I said, of course, we ask strength from God. But then along the way, you have this support system, these people who are helping you with these little things that sometimes we just ignore, and we end up thinking we did it alone. It is not just by yourself. We need that support because it is very, very important. And that is all that I wanted to add, because if we can be honest, or if my audience, you can be honest yourself, you don't want to continue living in survival mode in the name of being strong, just because you don't want to ask for support, or you don't need support. You just want to remain there. Like, I do this by myself. I'm very strong. Everybody knows I'm a very strong person. So I was just going to add that point of, having that support system, which eventually builds the real strength and power, so that you're not in survival mode, because survival mode is a dangerous zone or place to be in. So if you have to ask for support, go ahead and ask for support, because that is how you're going to be stronger and even less fatigued. And when you show up in places, you'll show up with, with a pure, refreshed person who is not drained, because we are talking about what drained you. You don't want to show up in 2026 drained. You want to show up with a plan on how to continue, not just surviving, but being actually strong, real strength, not fake strength, if I can call it. Otherwise, I want to give it back to Lois. Thank you for giving me a chance to come to finish what I was going to say before my technology decided to somersault me, as you said. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Regina. Thank you so much. Yeah, well, I like that what she said. You don't have to continue being in survival mode. You need that strength to carry you on. We say you're building alone, but in this business, you're never alone. You're surrounded by so many other business partners who will lift you up when you need that strength. And they also say, if you want to go faster, go alone. But if you want to go far, go with other people. That's why we are saying you need that strength. Yes. So, last and not the least, we have Renat. And Renat, I would like you to introduce to yourself. And as you introduce yourself, I would like you to answer this question. If nothing changes, let's say you decide there's nothing that is going to change in your life, whatever you lived in 2025 is the way you're going to continue 2026. Will 26 look any different? This question has two parts, or rather three parts. I'm not so sure, but I'm sure you're good enough and you're going to help our audience understand more. So, if nothing changes, will 2026 look any different, or will you still be tired, praying for relief instead of walking in provision? Because the provision has already been put there, but you're still tired there. You're still doing the 2025 thing. Move to 2026. Make them get to understand what is this all about. Renat, the floor is yours.
All right. Thank you so much, Sister Lois. My name is Renat. I am a mom of 5. I'm a nurse as well, and I'm also part of this beautiful business. I'm so happy to be part of it. And I'm going to share a little bit about what question says. It says, if nothing changes, will 2026 look any different? Or will you be tired praying for relief instead of walking in provision? Oh my God. This question is a question that anyone who's listening to me right now should ask themselves. I don't care what's your position. I don't care what's your status, whether you are single, mom, dad, whatever you are. This should be on our list of to-do task. Like, you know how you sit down every time at the end of the year and you go through things that you have done, what you did good, what you did wrong, where you need to improve. I'm pleading you to add this question to it, because this is really important. This will open your eyes when you see, oh my God, this is what I've been doing. Okay, is 2025 going to be this? 2026 going to be the same, or is it going to be different. But what I want to share with you is that if nothing changes, 2026 will look exactly like 2025. It'll be just like just with more time gone. That's it. It'll be the same income. It'll be the same routine. It'll be the same frustration. The only thing that will change the future for 2026 is the action that you are willing to take and to move on. And you'll be just, you're just gonna be there still wishing, still be wanting and stating, oh, I wish I could have started earlier. I wish I could have changed this. Growth does not happen because the calendar flips. Okay, it happens with the decision that we do. If you don't change anything in 2026, I promise you, you will remain the same place and you will regret it later. So I'm not gonna take too long, or I know they said a lot about this thing, but really mine is to emphasize and pleading with you to do something in 2026. The earlier you start, the better. One step ahead, one step at a time. You'll be way different if you sit down today as we're speaking and you take action, say, okay, this is what I want to do in 2025. 26. I don't want to remain the same. I don't want to continue the same routine. I don't want to be the same person. I want to set boundaries. I want to do this for me, for my family, for myself this year, and see how far I will be and see what difference it's going to make. And if that difference comes, good, make 2027 even better. So really, 2026 won't be different, but one decision, one skills, one new stream of income can change everything. That's why I started this business. And that's why I'm also telling everybody to come and join us. We will show you the full step that we did. We'll show you what we did. We were not expert. I was not. I'm not a tech savvy. I'm nothing. I'm just an ordinary person just like you. As a matter of fact, I knew nothing about business. I didn't have no background, but honestly, I took that one step. I made a change. I made my mind. I said, you know what? I'm tired of this. It's time for me to make a difference. It's time for me to make a change. And the year I started, I saw everything shifting in my mind, in my physical, spiritually. Everything shifted just because of that one decision that I made. And I don't regret it today. I regret not starting earlier. I don't regret being part of this movement or this business. So if you're listening to me, I'll plead with you, put this question on your list and do something about it. Don't just keep wishing. Come on, God works with our plan too. You show God what you have, what you want. You show God, this is what I'm working on. And that's how God is going to bless you. Don't just wish. Don't just wish without action. Don't just wish with words and hoping that miracle will happen. No, there's no such miracle in our lives. God, I know some people do believe in miracle. I do, but some miracles really don't expect them the way we think. Like I used to think if I pray so hard, somehow God will send somebody and just drop money in front of my door. I used to think that like if I pray, like I believe in miracle, Lord, I know. No. Some stuff, they don't work like that. But I know God has thousands of ways to answer our questions, to open our doors. But anything you do without action, it will not move on. Take action and see how God is going to change your 2025 and see how your 2025 is going to be different. See how you will find yourself in a place where you never think that you will be. Okay? I'm not going to talk much. I'm just going to stop there. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for listening, our audience. And we hope that this topic that we talked about today will make a difference in your life, that this topic will move you, will shift you, will change something in your mind where like, okay, let me open my eyes, let me do some, okay, because that's the whole purpose. We share and we learn from each other. We learn from one another. And I believe we can learn from you too if you join us and share your nuggets, okay? All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, Sister Lois.
Thank you, Linat. I love what you said. You have to stop surviving. We have to move forward and forget whatever you do. These are questions that should be on your list of solution, and answer that question to the best of what you want for yourself. Because if you don't change anything, you don't do anything different, nothing is going to change in your 2026. And I want to tell you that leaving the drain does not mean that you are weak. It just makes you aware that there's something that was holding you back, and you're ready to do things differently, and you're ready to step into the lessons that you've learned in 2025, because you now have a clear sense that there are those things that you no longer want to tolerate in your life. That is the life that you are opening up in 2026, because now you feel like your faith is more stronger, and you have that what it takes, and you want to move and trust what God has put in your place. So this season is not about surviving, it's about walking in purpose for you to have the 2026 and also carry it on to 2027, as Linat has said, because we want to have a new life going from 2026 to 2020 and onwards. Well, your host here was Lois. I did this deliberately. I know I normally forget to introduce myself, but this was deliberately. I wanted to say your host was Lois, originally born in Kenya, but currently living in Oregon, USA. And I am grateful to all of you, and I'm grateful to all these business partners who have become my sisters. For this year that we have had, we have always met every Saturday since July, and we want to thank each and every audience that who has followed us, who has commented on our pages, who has given us feedback. It has been your feedback that has kept us going, and we always be here for you. Today is going to be our last weekend on this live, all of us together. But that does not mean it's the end of everything. Next year will come again, but you continue seeing us, each one of us, in our own pages. So don't stop from there. But as a group, on this is our last Saturday, and so we wanted to come and educate you about leaving the drain for 2025 as we approach the 2026, and also we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And if there is any of my business partners who want to wish our audience Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, now we can do it now, because our time has come to an end for this year. It has been a beautiful session. I enjoyed, and I always looked forward to it.
Hello, I want to come back and say Merry Christmas and a wonderful new year. I already said that, but I also want to remind us, I know Rinat has talked about taking action in 2026, but I want to put emphasis on we have 11 days left in 2025. Those 11 days can make a huge difference. Don't wait until 1st of 2026, because as she put it, the change of calendar is not gonna change anything if there's nothing you're doing about it. So for you to start to step into 2026 strong, the 10 days, let me just round it up. The 10 days remaining, I know it's 11, make something different, or make it look different for your 2026. That can mean a whole lot for the whole year of 2026, so that you put your foot there already knowing where you're going. Don't wait until January 1st, because that is just the camera, not the camera, the calendar that will flip, but you have to take action like now. Like for those of us who do the vision boards, you don't wait until January 1st to do your vision board. You have to strategize for 2026 now. So you have your 10 days, and 10 days can make a whole lot of big difference. So the ball is on your court. But in the meantime, enjoy your Christmas and the rest of the holiday season. May God bless you so much. That's it for
Okay.
me.
Okay. I think that is all from us. So we want to say God bless you and bye.
much.